Oh my god. The week has already started out insane. The guy that sold the beer, not last Friday, but the Friday before, he came back again tonight at like 1 in the morning. This time he stole a case instead of just a couple of cans. He stole a whole case. And he threw a lotto ticket on the table and was like, here, this is for this. And he just walks off and starts running down the street. And I'm like, you're fucking kidding me. And I was with the customer who happens to be my chef friend. And I was like trying to ring him up. And I was like, oh my god, this fucking guy again. Hold on a moment. I have to call 911 while it's still fresh. And so he's so nice. He just waited for me to finish the phone call. And then I rang him up, got him out of there, and then dealt with the police. The police came, gave him the same description. I told him this is the same guy. This is now his 4th time stealing beer from us. The second time being just a little over a week ago. Not the second time, the third time being just a little over a week ago. And so they take off down the street. They've got, cops looking all up and down the street for him, and they find him. Oh, and I didn't even tell you this part of the story. So my goth friend, I'm gonna call her Raven from now on. The Raven was here just hanging out with me and buying a couple things. And she left for a little bit, and she came back shortly after the dude stole the beer. And she told me on her way here, she passed by, and on her way to her car, which was parked a couple blocks away, she passed by this really weird guy who was growling, and she's holding her cat in her arms. He growled at the cat, and the cat freaked out and started like growling and hissing back at him. And he went on his way, and he was like growling at all the people that he passed, she says, as he's like on his way here. And then she saw him again headed back while she's still on. They crossed paths like this time, and he growled at her again and tried to get in her face. She can be a scary person if she needs to be. She could definitely protect herself, and she like had a knife in her hand and was like, he backed the fuck up. And he backed up, but the cat was still freaking out. Oh my, this is so weird. So he backed off and just continued on down the street, continuing to like growl at every person that he happened to pass by, and like the cars that were driving by and shit. And so then she comes and I tell her, oh, the cops are on their way, some guy just stole a case of beer. And she was like, oh, wait a minute, I think I just passed that guy on the street. So then she helped me tell the cops where he was going. They found him. They came back, and I had to go in the cop car with them. I had to sit in the back seat of the police car to go and just identify him. They had him sitting on the side of the road. I could clearly see the case of beer right next to him. He is wearing this little big puffy shower hat. So weird. Or like maybe not a shower hat. It is more like looks like a shower cap, or one of those caps you wear in food service to protect the hair from falling in your food. It was like one of those. And it was pink. And I was just like, yeah, that's him, 100%. Like, no doubt about it, that is definitely him. This man is insane. And they said that he is a frequent problem. They get calls for this guy all the time. But nothing seems to be being done about it, right? Like, and the officer even admitted to me, he's like, he's probably going to get booked in the county jail, and then he's probably going to get released. It's just a book and release for something like this, because it's just petty theft. Like, the fact that this is his 4th time doing it, and this is my 3rd time calling the police on him, the first time I didn't. I feel like book and release is not good enough at this point. Like, dude, but what can I do? It's out of my hands. At least there's a record, of this shit. But it was so crazy being in the back of the cop car. I haven't been in the back seat of a cop car in like 20 years, probably. The last time was I was like 16, and my mom came home from work super drunk and like was trying to pick a fight, and I didn't want to have that. So I just walked out the door, and I was barefoot. I didn't even like stop to put on my shoes or anything. I just walked out the door, and I was like 16, walking around at like 3 in the morning, and this cop randomly pulls me over as I'm walking and is like, "Excuse me, what are you doing out? There's a curfew," and they like took me back home to my mom. And that was a really weird experience. I actually didn't get in any trouble for that, but it was slightly traumatizing still. Like this this whole night has been fucking traumatizing. It was fine until the guy walked in, and then it was chaos after that because, well, I had to deal with the cops at the same time as trying to deal with customers, and then when I had to leave, I had to lock up, and I put a little "back in 5 minutes" sign on the door. But some people are fucking stupid and they don't read signs, so they were just sitting there because my friend was still hanging around in the parking lot, just waiting for me to come back, make sure that I'm okay, you know. And so there's these stupid college girls that come up and are like, "What? They're not supposed to be closed till 2. What the hell? Don't they have more people working there? Like, why is it locked?" Meh, meh, meh. It's like, clearly I don't do this often. This is the first time I have ever put that "back in 5 minutes" sign up on that door in 7 months now of working here. I think it's more than that. I think it's more like 8 at this point, but I lost count. But yeah, I have never had to put that sign up until tonight because I had to go for a ride in the cop car. Like, what am I gonna say to the officer? No, I won't go with you to identify the dude. Like, no, he needs to be identified. What a mess. So when I came back, there were customers waiting by the door for me to come back, and I'm like holding the case of beer that they recovered from the dude, which I don't think we can sell, by the way, because it's all ripped up. But I still have to, take it back, and we gotta like sign it off and or something. I don't know. I'm gonna have to tell my manager all of this in the morning and see what she says to do. Um, yeah, they were waiting, and then they're like, "What happened? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. He didn't assault me or anything. He just stole some beer, but I still have to deal with it as part of my job." So, so that was my Monday. Um, I'm rushing around to get all the cleaning done because I had to close late because I had to deal with the cops because they came back to get a receipt and like more statement, all that shit. But it's done now. Now I gotta go clean. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.